Have you ever looked at how fast the world is changing and wondered, can I still keep up? Artificial intelligence, online banking, new technology, new opportunities, new risk. Today, I want to share why I believe your life after 50 can be more productive, more meaningful, and even more successful than the years that came before it. And if you have ever felt uncertain about your future, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may see your age very differently. Sometimes it feels like the world is moving faster than ever. And if you are over 50, it's easy to start asking difficult questions. Am I too old to learn all this? Have I missed my opportunity? My best years behind me? But stay with me for the next few minutes, because I am going to show you why turning 50 may actually be one of the greatest advantages you have in today's world, and the 3 skills that can help you thrive in the years ahead. A few years ago, if someone had told me I would be sitting here talking about artificial intelligence, technology, and the future, I probably would have laughed, because like many people over 50, I grew up in a very different world. A world without smartphones, without social media, without ChatGPT, without artificial intelligence. Back then, life seemed simpler. The rules seemed clearer. And if you worked hard and stayed focused, you expected life to follow a predictable path. But somewhere along the way, the world changed, and it changed fast. Today, many people feel overwhelmed by the pace of change. But what if you are looking at it the wrong way? What if the experience you have gained, the challenges you have overcome, the wisdom you have earned, and the resilience you have built over decades are exactly what this new world needs today? Because here's what I have discovered. The future doesn't belong only to the young. It belongs to the people who are willing to keep learning. And that's what this channel is all about. Learning, adapting, and thriving, no matter your age. But before we talk about opportunity, let's talk honestly about why so many people fear turning 50 in the first place. I am Orighoye. Let's be honest. Most people don't celebrate turning 50 because of what the number means. They worry about what comes next. For some, it's money. Retirement is getting closer. The questions become louder. Have I saved enough? What happens if I stop working? Will my pension be enough? What if an emergency happens? And those questions can keep people awake at night. For others, it's technology. The world seems to be moving at incredible speed. One day, everyone is talking about smartphones. The next day is social media. Now it's artificial intelligence. Many people feel like they are constantly trying to catch up. And when you feel left behind, it's easy to lose confidence. Then there are the physical reminders. The body doesn't always recover as quickly as it once did. Energy levels may change. friends begin retiring, children grow up and leave home, life starts looking very different from what it looked like 20 or 30 years ago. And perhaps the biggest fear of all is this: the fear that your opportunities are running out, the fear that you have missed your chance, the fear that the most exciting part of your story has already been written. But here's what I have discovered. Most of these fears are based on assumptions, not reality. Because when we look closely at the people who continue growing, learning, building businesses, creating wealth, and making an impact later in life, we find something surprising. They stopped seeing age as a limitation and started seeing it as an advantage. In fact, the very thing many people think is holding them back may be the reason they are uniquely positioned to succeed in today's world. Let me explain. So if age isn't the disadvantage we think it is, what exactly is the advantage? The answer may surprise you, because while younger people often have energy, speed, and familiarity with new technology, people over 50 possesses something that takes decades to build: experience. And experience is far more valuable than most people realize. Experience changes how you see problems. When you are 20, you have read about life. When you are 50 or 60, you have lived life. You have experienced success. You have experienced disappointment. You have made mistakes. You recovered from setbacks. You have learned lessons that no book, video, or university course can teach. And every one of those experiences has given you something precious: judgment. Today, when you face a problem, you are not seeing it for the first time. You are comparing it to decades of situations you have already survived. Resilience is a superpower. Think about everything you have already lived through: economic downturns, family challenges, career setbacks, unexpected disappointments, moments when you didn't know how things would work out. Yet, here you are, still standing, still learning, still moving forward. That resilience isn't ordinary. It's one of the most valuable assets you possess. And here's something interesting. The modern world rewards resilience more than ever. Technology change, industries change, jobs change. But people who know how to adapt continue finding opportunities. And if you have made it this far in life, you have already proven that you can adapt. The world needs what you know. Let me ask you something. What if the experience, the resilience, the lessons you have learned, the things you have built for yourself are exactly what the world needs today? Think about it. We live in an age overflowing with information, but information is not the same thing as wisdom. Anyone can search Google. Anyone can ask ChatGPT a question. But wisdom comes from experience. Wisdom comes from making mistakes and learning from them. Wisdom comes from living through real life. And people over 50 have something increasingly rare: perspective. Technology is finally working in your favor. For most of history, If you wanted to start something new later in life, the barriers were enormous. Today, that's no longer true. Artificial intelligence can help you learn faster. The internet can connect you to people around the world. You can start a business from home. You can learn new skills online. YouTube, ChatGPT, online courses, video calls. These tools don't care how old you are. They only care whether you are willing to learn. And that's why I believe many people over 50 are sitting on an opportunity they don't even recognize. Because for the first time in history, experience and technology can work together. The question is no longer, am I too old? The real question is, am I willing to keep learning? Because in the next section, I am going to show you why today's offers more opportunities for lifelong learners than any generation before us has ever seen. Let's talk about something remarkable. For most of human history, starting over later in life was extremely difficult. If you wanted to learn a new skill, you might have needed to go back to school. If you wanted to start a business, you often needed significant capital. If you wanted to reach thousands of people, you needed access to television, radio, or a publishing company. The barriers were high, very high. But something has changed. And many people over 50 haven't fully realized just how much the world has shifted in their favor. Knowledge is no longer locked away. There was a time when knowledge was difficult to access. You had to visit libraries, buy expensive books, attend seminars, travel long distances. Today, some of the world's best information fits right inside your pocket. With a smartphone and an internet connection, you can learn almost anything. Investing, technology, photography, languages, business, artificial intelligence. The information that was once available only to a few is now available to almost everyone. The question is no longer, can I access knowledge? The question is, am I willing to learn? Age is becoming less important. Something else has changed. The internet doesn't ask for your age before giving you an opportunity. When someone watches a YouTube video, they don't care whether the advice comes from a 25-year-old or a 60-year-old. They care whether it is useful. When someone searches for solutions online, they are looking for value, not age, not background, not status, value. And that is where many people over 50 have a hidden advantage, because value often comes from experience, and experience takes time. Technology is no longer optional. Now, let's be realistic. Technology can feel intimidating. Many people hear words like artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, digital banking, cybersecurity, cloud computing, and immediately think, this isn't for me. But here is the truth. Technology isn't replacing us. Technology is becoming a tool, just like calculators didn't replace accountants, and cars didn't replace travelers. AI won't replace people who know how to use it wisely. In fact, those who learn these tools may become more productive than ever before. A personal example: think about this. Just a few years ago, creating educational content required expensive equipment, professional editing teams, and technical expertise. Today, one person can sit in front of a camera, share valuable ideas, use AI tools to save time and reach people around the world. That is extraordinary. That is exactly why I started this channel, because I believe many people over 50 are capable of far more than they have led to believe. Not because the world has become easier, but because the tools available today have made learning and sharing easier than ever. The new opportunity for the first time in history, a person can learn new skills from home, start a business from home, teach others from home, build an audience from home, create additional income from home, and they can do it regardless of age. That is not a small change. That is a revolution. But here is the challenge. Not every skill matters equally. In this new world, there are 3 skills that I believe every person over 50 should focus on first. Master these 3 areas and you will be better prepared for the future, more than people your age. Let's talk about them now. If the world has changed, and if experience is still valuable, then the next question becomes, what should I focus on? Because, let's be honest, nobody can learn everything. Technology is moving fast. New tools appear every day. New opportunities emerge every month. Trying to master everything is a recipe for frustration. Instead, I believe there are 3 essential skills that can make a huge difference in the lives of people over 50. Not because they are trendy, but because they affect almost every part of our lives. Skill number 1, learn to manage money wisely. The first skill is managing money wisely. Notice I didn't say becoming rich. I said managing money wisely. Because as we get older, financial mistakes become more expensive. A bad financial decision at 25 can often be corrected. A bad financial decision at 60 can affect retirement, healthcare, and long-term security. That is why understanding money matters. Things like budgeting, saving, investing, debt management, retirement planning. These are no longer optional skills. They are life skills. And yes, something important. You don't need to become a financial expert. You simply need enough knowledge to make informed decisions. Enough knowledge to ask the right questions. Enough knowledge to avoid costly mistakes. Because financial confidence isn't about having millions. It's about knowing where you stand and where you are going. Skill number 2, learn to use technology. The second skill is learning technology. Now, before you panic, I am not saying you need to become a software engineer. You don't need to learn programming. You don't need to become a technology expert. But you do need to become comfortable using modern tools, because technology now affects communication, banking, healthcare, shopping, education, and business. And increasingly, it affects opportunity. Think about artificial intelligence. Many people hear the term AI and immediately feel intimidated. But AI is simply another tool, just like a calculator, just like a smartphone, just like the internet once was. People who learn to use these tools gain an advantage. People who avoid them risk being left behind. That is one reason I plan to spend time on this channel, teaching practical technology and AI in simple language. Not because technology is everything, but because understanding it opens doors. Skill number 3, learn to protect yourself. The third skill may be the most important of all. Learning how to protect yourself. Today's world offers tremendous opportunities, but it also presents new risks. Online scams, investment frauds, identity theft, fake websites, artificial intelligence impersonations. Everyday criminals are becoming more sophisticated, and unfortunately, older adults are often targeted, not because they are weak, but because scammers know many people have worked hard for decades and built savings. That is why awareness matters. Knowing what to look for, knowing when to pause, knowing when something sounds too good to be true. The goal isn't to become fearful. The goal is to become informed, because informed people are much harder to deceive. Bringing it together, think about these 3 skills together: money, technology, protection. If you understand how to manage your money, how to use modern tools, and how to protect yourself, you will already be ahead of many people. Not because you are smarter, but because you are prepared, and preparation creates confidence. Now, you might be wondering, why am I so passionate about these topics? Why start this channel now? And why do I believe this message matters so much? The answer is personal. Let me share my mission with you. At this point, you might be wondering, why am I talking about these things? Why start this channel? Why does this matter so much to me? The answer is simple. Because I am on this journey too. I am not standing here as someone who has figured out everything out. I am not claiming to know all the answers. In fact, every day I find myself learning something new. A new technology, a new AI tool, a new financial lesson, a new way the world is changing. And I have come to realize something. The world isn't waiting for us. It's moving forward, whether we are ready or not. The question is, will we move forward with it, or will we convince ourselves that it's too late? There was a time when people could spend decades doing the same thing and never need to change. Those days are gone. Today, learning is no longer something we need to do only in schools. It's a lifelong responsibility, and that is especially true for those of us in the second half of our lives. Because the choices we make now can shape the quality of years ahead. That is why I created Practical Living with Orighoye. Not to impress anyone, not to pretend, I am an expert on everything. But to create a place where ordinary people can learn practical skills for modern living, a place where we can talk about money, artificial intelligence, online safety, retirement, personal growth, and the challenges that real people face every day. I believe that age is not a reason to stop growing. It's not a reason to stop learning. It's not a reason to stop dreaming. And it's certainly not a reason to stop building. Because some of the most important chapters of our lives may be still ahead of us. If you are watching this today and wondering whether it's too late to learn something new, too late to understand technology, too late to improve your finances, too late to start over, I want you to hear this. It's not too late. No way. You are not finished. Your story is still being written. And every day you choose to learn is a day you invest in your future. So let me leave you with this thought. Life doesn't end at 50. Growth doesn't end at 50. Learning doesn't end at 50. In many ways, life after 50 can become one of the most rewarding seasons you ever experience. Not because it will be easy, not because you may have something incredible, valuable experience, wisdom, perspective, and the opportunity to combine all of that with the tools of a new generation. So if that's a journey you do like to take, if you want practical advice on money, technology, AI, online safety, and living well in a changing world, I invite you to subscribe and join me on Practical Living with Orighoye. Together, we will learn, we will adopt, and we will strive. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.